Introducing the epic new Swift. Time to go swifting.
All set then for India's first game of the T20 World Cup 2024 against Ireland in New York. This is our build-up to it on Maruti Suzuki Arena presents ESPN Cricinfo Timeout in the company of Sanjay Manjrekar, Wasim, Jaffer. Opening bat of your time, you've batted everywhere, so it's a great question to the two of you. Who should open for India? Let's get straight to it. Sanjay.
See, it's a question where ideally you want to have a left-hand, right-hand combination. Who should open for India? But now that India have got Virat Kohli and Rohit Sharma to make the best use of these two iconic players, you'll have to bat them at number 1 and 2, especially in conditions like this where you need some test match skills like playing the ball late, collecting ones and twos. So get them in early. I see them opening 1 and 2.
So no Yashasvi Jaiswal. As we just look at Jaiswal in this past IPL, Rohit Sharma, similar numbers, not much to choose between them. We know Rohit always bats up top. Kohli does in the IPL, not for the Indian team. Wasim, Jaffer, who do you have at the top?
I mean, I would have liked Yashasvi Jaiswal. I've said it before. But looking at how they played the warm-up game, it looks like Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli will open and Rishabh Pant at number 3, which is something I like. Rishabh Pant at 3. Which allows Shivam Dube to come in at 5. If Rishabh Pant hasn't batted at number 3, then you would have got a mix of 5 and 6, Dube or Rishabh Pant. So I think Rohit and Kohli, you might see them opening.
So is the trade-off of getting Pant at 3 okay to not have Jaiswal and a left-hander in the top 2, or is it a concern still that India's openers are right-handers? There will be oppositions who want to match up against them accordingly.
Yeah, I mean that is something which the teams will use to their effect. Somebody like West Indies, I mean, we are not playing them yet, but left-arm spinners will come in the power play, and that is something which will go against, even though Rohit sweeps, Kohli not so much, but that is something the teams might look to use.
But for now?
Yeah, unless there's a surprise. We are drawing a lot of conclusions from what we saw in the warm-up game, but when you saw the nets that were shown live during the last T20 World Cup match, you saw Yashasvi Jaiswal batting in the nets. So who knows? And if that happens, left hand, right hand, then what you suggest may not be an issue. And if they end up having Rohit and Virat opening, I think they'll feel the pressure of not allowing a left-hander to get on top, and they might do something about it. So you never know. Jaiswal could just open.
Sure. We did see it is not necessarily as easy in New York, and the little evidence we've got the early parts of this T20 World Cup. But there you have it, Rohit and Kohli for you, and Wasim, you're saying?
I mean, ideally Jaiswal.
Yeah, I think both of us are trying to say that is likely to happen.
Correct.
Ideally, what we want is left hand, right hand.
All right, fair enough. And maybe the answer to that is indeed where they bat Pant. However, regardless of which team they play, the general trend as India start yet another ICC men's campaign is why can't they just score that one extra mile, that extra distance? Finals in the 50-over format, semi-finals in this competition, the last time it was played in Australia. What would you like to see from this Indian team to make sure they go that one step further this time?
Play the finals or the semis exactly like the way they play the earlier matches. I think they overthink it. The selection goes a little awry. We saw in the 2019 World Cup. We saw in the 2023 World Cup where there was tremendous caution on the part of a partnership that were trying to just keep wickets in hand. We saw in the semis of the last T20 World Cup, Rohit Sharma scoring at a strike rate of 90. Virat Kohli, after the form that he had, strike rate of 120. He got 50 or 40 balls. And then Hardik Pandya came in, and gave India some kind of momentum. So that they have to get out of their system. Play the semis like it's just another game.
Wasim?
Yeah, pretty much agree to that. That's been the issue in the most game. And the good thing is India won't prepare the pitches. So that's a good thing.
Yeah, good point.
So they'll play on whatever's been given to them. But I think that fearlessness has to come, especially in the big moments. That's where some of the teams are ahead of us. We sometimes lag back and go defensive. We just need to go, full throttle.
Is there a better lineup this time or a better set of skills with the inclusion of Kuldeep Yadav, the return of Jasprit Bumrah? Are they a better team than previously?
I think so. I think Jasprit Bumrah coming is a huge boost with the new ball or all three phases. Kuldeep Yadav gives you that, tremendous impetus in the middle overs, wicket-taking ability. I don't see Kuldeep and Chahal playing together because then the tail becomes too big. But I think the balance is really nice. I just don't want them to play Jadeja at 7 or the batting to finish at 7. They need to find that right balance, even though the pitches look really good to the fast bowling, but Indian batting shouldn't finish at 7. That's my only concern.
That is two returning bowlers, but as far as World Cup debutants go, Jaiswal, who may not even feature, Shivam Dube, with high expectations, who will feature perhaps. Do you have high expectations from them? Are the new players into the T20 side who likely to play, likely to have a big impact in whether India go further?
But I think when you have Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli batting in the top 3, they'll have the greatest impact. I mean, let's be very honest. You can't have number 5, 6, 7, making a major contribution. 1, 2, 3 tend to consume more balls than the batter down the order. And I think because these two are such, highly skilled, experienced players, the experience from the last semis, the T20 World Cup in Adelaide, I have no doubt that they'll bat differently this time round. They know what happened on that particular day.
All right, we've got some evidence from what happened in the warm-up game, but now ahead of their first game against Ireland, Sanjay Manjrekar, your 11 or the 11 that you think India will likely play?
Just looking at the pitch, I would go a spinner short and concerned about batting because batting is tough, a little more depth in their batting. So I'll have 3 pure seamen and Hardik Pandya and get in all those bowlers who can bat. So no place for Chahal on this pitch, on this ground, and pack it with Shivam Dube, Akshar Patel and Jadeja with Rishabh Pant at number 3.
Right, so you've got Kohli, Rohit through open, Sanjay, Pant, Surya, Dube, Hardik. Now you want some extra batting there and you want India to play all 3 specialist seamers, you've said, Siraj, Arshdeep and Bumrah. What about Kuldeep Yadav?
See, Kuldeep Yadav is going to be one of your trump cards in this tournament, big stage. But they can afford to just leave him out for this game and bring him back whenever. Only because against Ireland, the kind of pitch that we've seen, outfield where, it's really slow outfield, big boundaries. India just want, more batting sort of cushion. And when you have somebody like a Dube at number 5, more batting, the better. It's against my way of thinking, but that would be like being pragmatic, horses for courses.
And the left-arm orthodox spin works, you're saying.
And because both of them bat and finger spin will work on this pitch.
Right.
The surface has completely changed your way of looking at the whole, game. India's playing 11, and I'm feeling Dravid and company will do the same.
We give Ireland an honourable mention over here. Let's not forget, they're not easy to turn over. They beat Pakistan recently, and they have seam bowlers who can exploit the conditions that you two have both mentioned. Do they stand any chance, though, against the Indian team?
This pitch allows them a glimmer of hope. But yeah, I don't see them upsetting a team like India, because the one thing India doesn't do of late is take matches lightly. It was a habit in the past, not anymore.
What's Ireland's best chance? Is it bowling first and getting the conditions that perhaps South Africa got against Sri Lanka?
Probably, yeah. I think there won't be a pushover, but yeah, India is far too strong, but Ireland is a capable team though.
All right, very well. Thank you very much to Wasim, Jaffer and Sanjay Manjrekar. That is the build-up then to India's opening game of this tournament on Maruti Suzuki Arena presents ESPN Cricinfo Timeout.